What is going on, guys? It's SJHSports. Welcome back to a brand new series on my channel that's going to last till the remainder of FIFA 15. You're probably thinking, why is that a new series and it's still like 3 months away till FIFA 16 comes out? The reason for that is, one is I want to see how well this goes down, and two, if it goes down really well, we'll be doing it 100% in FIFA 16. No questions asked. It is going to be a simmed only sort of thing at the moment. If you want me to play some games and stuff like that, the crucial games that may happen in the series, then I will gladly do so. So the chances now, guys, for you to let me know in the comments section below. Now, this is going to have a lot of rules and a lot of criteria that we have to stick by to. Each player, each position is going to have checklists that we need to oblige to as well. There's some other rules to do with scouts, the scouting reports and stuff like that. Stay tuned, because if you like Youth Academy Region series on my channel, you are going to absolutely love this series. I've got a feeling. And there's nothing to say you guys can't do this series yourself. It'll be interesting to see if you do this. Make sure you give me some tweets, guys, like you normally do with your players that you promote from Regens and your youth staff and your youth academy, etc. Let's get into rule number 1 then. Before we start waffling on any longer, here is rule number 1. We're going to explain how it all works. Some graphics on screen to try and make it a little bit more easier for you guys to understand. So here we go. Rule number 1 is, scouts can only scout a destination for 3 months. Pretty straightforward. We can't send them for 6 months. We can't send them for 9 months. It has to be 3 months at a time. If a player that we promote from our youth academy to the first team do not match the checklist, we release or sell the player. Again, releasing the player from our first team, there's a maximum I believe you can do per season, so once we use up our max releases, then we'll have to sell the player in the next sort of transfer window. If a player has a stat, then the stat can be between 5 higher or 5 lower. So if there's a stat card that says 70, then it has to be 65 to 70 or 70 to 75. It can't be anything else, just to give us that little bit of momentum that we possibly might need. If a player is 1 out of the stats on the checklist, we can also promote this player. What I mean by this is in height, skill moves, weak foot. If they're out by 1, we can still promote them. So if a player had 5'10", but on our checklist the player has to be 5'9", we are okay with that. We are allowed to still promote that player, and then the other checklist will come into play after that as well. We have a wild card, so the best player that we have in our youth academy we can keep no matter what the checklist says. So what this means is that we've got a wild card. We can only use it once through the series, the whole entire series. So we're going to have to think about this very, very carefully. I'm going to give you an example now of this. So we have got centre midfielder A, centre midfielder B already ticked off from our checklist that you'll see very shortly. This wildcard also plays centre midfielder. So then this wildcard will replace, say, centre midfielder A. And then what we do with centre midfielder A is that we put him on the transfer list to sell him. No matter how good, no matter how bad he is. It depends. It probably would be the lowest rated centre midfielder out of centre midfielder A and centre midfielder B. Now, let's get on to the checklist, because a lot of you guys will be wondering, like, these rules will be a bit up in the air at the moment. This checklist will sort you guys out of everything you need to know. So here are the requirements for goalkeeper 1. Our goalkeeper has to have an overall of 64. He has to have a height of 6 foot. He has to have reflexes of 70. Again, it can be between 65 and 70 or 70 and 75, and he has to be left-footed. Goalkeeper number 2, he has to be from Brazil. He has to be 6'1". He has to have diving at a start at 67. Again, either side higher or lower than 5 in between that, and handling at 64. On to our right backs then. Right back 1 has to be from Spain, overall of 60. He has to have a sprint speed of 70, and he has to have 2-star weak foot. Right back 2 has to have, again, weak foot 2-star, height at 5'8", strength at 64, 5 either side, and he has to be right footed. Moving on to our left back number 1 then. Left back number 1 has to have an overall of 58 when we're promoting from our youth academy. He also has to be 5'8", he has to have 2-star skill moves, and he has to be left footed. Left back 2 has to be from England, overall of 60, sprint speed 65, weak foot at 3-star. On to centre backs then. Centre back 1 has to be from Brazil, he has to be 6'4", he has to have strength at 70, and he has to be right footed. Centre back 2 has to have 2-star skill moves, he has to have standing tackle at 60, foot left and heading at 68. Centre back 3 has to be weak foot 1-star, heading 65, standing tackle at 60, marking at 64. Centre back 4 has to be from France, overall of 60, height 6'1", reactions 58. On to our right midfielders then. Right midfielder 1 has to be from Germany. He's got height of 5'9", 4-star skill moves and sprint speed of 81. Right mid 2 has to be from Holland. He has to have dribbling of 68, crossing of 62 and skills at 4 stars. Swiftly moving on to our left midfielders then. Left midfielder 1 has to be 71 overall rated when we promote him from our youth academy. 3-star weak foot, 2-star skill moves, and he has to be of course left footed. Left midfielder 2 has to be height of 5'7", sprint speed 65, ball control at 60 and weak foot at 2 stars. Centre midfielder 1 then has to be height of 5'9", agility 70, passing 72 and has to be right footed. Centre midfielder 2 has to be from Portugal, has to have a stand tackle of 68, weak foot at 4-star and right footed. Centre midfielder 3 then has to have a weak foot of 2-star, height at 6'1", has to have penalties at 60 and has to be left footed. Centre midfielder 4 has to be from Argentina, ball control at 66, vision at 60, foot is left footed. And finally then on to our strikers then. Striker number 1 has to be 70 overall rated when we promote him from our youth academy. Height at 6 foot, finishing at 6'8", skill moves at 3-star. Striker number 2 from Spain has to have a sprint speed at 65, weak foot at 1-star and it has to be right footed. Striker 3 has to be 5-star skill moves, height at 5'8", shot power at 64 and has to have finishing at 67. And striker number 4 has to be from Australia, weak foot 4-star, skill moves 2-star and he has to be left footed. Let's not forget about our wild card either. Let's face it, this is probably the most exciting card that we're going to have to use because it allows us to override the checklist. So that is it. Hopefully it's clear to you now, you understand it a little bit better. I'll leave the rules up on screen again so you can recap. These rules will probably look a lot more clearer than what they did at the beginning of the video. I just didn't know how to arrange the video to do that, so we've done it like that. Hopefully you guys understand it all. If you've got any questions, leave a comment in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can because I do see all my comments and stuff like that and I try and reply to most of you guys. Alright, thumbs up. Hopefully you guys are going to be looking forward to it. I'm certainly looking forward to it and it's definitely not going to be easy at all. Thank you very much for watching guys. If you could smash that like button, say we got 200 likes on this video, that'll be amazing. Thank you for all your continued support. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.